Here we go. Welcome back. Nice to see you again. Show number 2. So much has happened since I last saw you. It's been a couple of weeks. I didn't want to commit to doing a vlog every Friday. I think it's quite a lot of work. I'll leave that to Ali. I'll just do mine every now and again. Well, every 2 weeks-ish, I'll aim for, I reckon. I know I had mentioned a special guest for show number 2 in the description and on a few posts. Well, I haven't recorded that yet, so he's not here, but he will be soon. Firstly, thank you for your positive feedback. I had a lot of messages, loads of positive comments and direct messages from Ali Clarkson, Adam Baxter, Mike Judson, Tom Mitchell, Luke Walder, Dan Jones, Gaz Woods, George Thompson, Craig Ball and Cocky, Luke Cockshot. Filming it was fine, editing it was fine, but then putting it online for people to see, a little bit nail biting. And I was expecting some negative feedback. I think if you ever put something on the internet for criticism, then you've got to expect some sort of feedback. But no, it was all good, all positive, so thank you very much for that. In terms of a name for the show, welcome to the Trial Shack. Trial Shack was suggested by John Shrewsbury and backed up by Jodie and George at the weekend as well. Scott Wilson thought I should call it This Thing, just keep it something generic and different. And I had a few suggestions of bike related bits and bobs. Some of the spoke ideas I quite liked. I quite liked Outspoken, but it seems like it's taken by Vital MTV already, so we'll leave that alone and Trial Shack it is. I went riding with Sean Stanley the week before last. I hadn't seen him for a while, so it was nice to catch up.
Yeah, how are you? You've got a beard. How long have I not seen you for?
Went to a few spots and did some warming up, some general bench and wall riding shenanigans. We did a bit of exploring around Bournemouth, so that was fun, looking for spots. I went to a particular spot I wanted to ride at and it was all fenced off, so I was a bit gutted about that. But then, just around the corner, came across a line I'd not seen before. It was, I've written here, a lovely line. It was a lovely line. Up a rail and then along a thin wall, and then there was a skinny rail that went across to another thin wall. I was running Maxxis Holy Rollers and getting punches. It was a thin rail, obviously hammering into it a bit too hard, and each time I was getting a puncture, not realising until after I'd not made the line. So it didn't ruin the ride. I swapped the tube out, we got some more riding in, it wasn't all a waste. I was running these, the Maxxis Holy Rollers, and the sidewalls are pretty thin. So although they are trusty street tyres, I thought I'd give these another go. These Continental Race Kings. They've got the protection, extra thick sidewalls. Inevitably, pictures of me having punctures on social media. Got a few posts about going tubeless, and with a bit of, it wasn't peer pressure, some suggestion and some tips from Mark Westlake, I decided to go tubeless. So I ordered myself some of those rim-packed inserts from Tidy Bikes along with my new helmet. Very nice. Got myself some sealant and gave tubeless a go. What a faff. Yes, it makes a mess. Yes, it's a faff. And if you don't like spending a lot of time tinkering with your bike and just want things to work first time and don't have a lot of time on your hands, it's not a good idea. I wouldn't recommend it at all. I don't think it ever was sitting right, the bead. That's what I decided my problem was. I had a look on Chain Reaction after watching these how-tos, and then found that my local bike shop had these as well. So I bought this bad boy. It's where you charge up into this and then you just twist this top bit here and it gives a constant flow of air, which is supposed to be better for setting up tubeless. So I forked out and went all in on one of them, spent a few more hours messing about with tubeless, came back to it every now and then. That's what I was doing Father's Day. And eventually it settled, and I'm pretty happy, to be honest. Since then, I've ridden Tubeless on about 5 or 6 rides. I've hammered it quite hard, can be a bit of a basher, and this is my front wheel obviously, but yeah, not been too bad. No burps, lost a bit of pressure, but just pumped it up again, no problem. So I take it all back, maybe it is a good idea. So long story, slightly shorter. I went riding with Sean again last week. We went back to Bournemouth again. We were going to go to pool, but he was hungover and he wanted to stay local. That was not a problem. We went back to my line again. I didn't get a puncture and I got the line. So check it out. I don't know how to describe it, but the bunny up to rail scared me every time, so I quite enjoyed that. Getting that when it was scary, and then getting the balance right on the wall, and then getting on the rail. And when you get it right and you push off onto the rail from the wall, and then I did have to stick a leg out a bit, but then yeah, when you get both wheels on the rail and you know that the line is going right, that feeling is amazing. It was serene. It was moments like that that we live for. Loved it. Also, Sunday just gone, Sunday the 28th, I headed up to the Biketrial Academy with my friend Rich Smith, and there was loads of riders there. It was really nice to catch up with a lot of people. For riding of the day, Scott Wilson's done a pretty good vlog of the day, and I enjoyed watching that just now actually. It was a lot of riding that I didn't see on the day. I'll put a link to Scott's vlog of Sunday in the description. Charlie Rolls also looks like he's done some filming of Jack Carthy from the day. I'll put a link to that in the description as well. And I spent a lot of time with George Thompson and Ewan filming for George Thompson's vlogs, so I may have some clips in that. It was £5, so it's pretty cheap as well. £5 riding for all day, and all day was 10 till 5. They were limited to 30 riders. I needed to print and sign a form before you go. You have to bring your own refreshments because they haven't got a shop or anything. They have got a toilet though, so no problems there. Apart from the distance from here to there, it was almost 3 hours from Bournemouth. It's the perfect riding venue. I'd be there all the time. But I would definitely recommend a visit there whenever you can. Just contact the guys beforehand to book in your place. The day after, I rode with Dan Jones. Quite a contrast from Charlie Rolls' home setup to Dan Jones's garden setup. We made a mini edit riding on just 3 pallets, so that was pretty fun. Dan's Switzerland squeaker gaps are pretty impressive. I don't think I've ever seen that done before. Go check out some of that content I've mentioned. Keep enjoying riding your bikes. The film with the first guest is all arranged, like I've said, and I've got details of the first competition, so look out for that. Don't forget to hit like and let me know in the comments if there's anything that you'd like to see more of, and I'll see you next time. See ya.